This is the Toward a New World podcast with your host, Corinna Stoffel. As a space for all things regarding the global collective transition we are in, we have conversations about transition, separation, and connection regarding oneself, others, and the earth. The aim is to educate, empower, and inspire. Hello and welcome. Here we are again for another Thursday podcast. Today I want to talk about the impact of thoughts, because lately I've had some really interesting experiences. A while ago, I got the Global Coherence app in my app store, and going to the HeartMath Institute website, I also ordered the sensor. Been using it and noticed a few things. The sensor has 3 areas: red, which is coherence from 0 to 0.5, blue 0.5 to 0.9, and green anything above. So it's the biggest, widest area. Usually before using the sensor, I clear my mind and then turn it on, and I start in the green area. And then a thought occurs, and I drop down, and another thought occurs, and I might go down into the blue, and sometimes even into the red. And then there is this reaction in me, oh no, I want to be coherent. And so I try to let go of the thought, or at least knowing that that impacts it, try to think about something that I'm grateful for or that I care about, and or similar things. And usually I'm able to bring it back up into the green. And then another thought occurs, and I can go into quite a yo-yo pattern during a session. And the session is however long I choose to be on the sensor. But it's not that easy to totally stay in the green for me. I can be mostly in the green. And then some days I'm just not there, and I'm even oscillating between the blue and the green, the blue and the red, and dipping every once in a while into the green. So different effects, and sometimes I'm aware of the thoughts that I have that cross my mind, and sometimes I have absolutely no clue. So intellectually, I have known about the impact of thoughts, but seeing and experiencing it in real time, that has had quite an impact for me, because it's basically pretty much immediate feedback. So different thought fields exist. There are the thought fields that are based on fear, on revenge, on anger, on fighting. And then there are the other thought fields that are more based on gratitude, compassion, caring. And I know that these thoughts have different frequencies. So I am attracting the frequency that I am into my life in a way, because it's through that frequency that I am looking at the world. And I support corresponding frequencies in the world that correspond to the frequency that I am in the moment. So I've been sitting with the question, what the heck do I desire? And for me, it definitely is a different world, one without wars and abuse, to make it really concise. And I know different people have different desires. So how much do we support our vision through the thoughts, and then as a consequence through the words we use, through the language we use? And beginning to pay more attention to the language, I noticed that we use words that are expressing competition and fighting. They really are so entrained. If we want something good, we need to fight the evil. But what does fighting create? From what I'm observing, fighting creates more fighting. Fighting something does not stop the fighting, which is what I would like. So, what if I find ways to talk in terms of collaboration, in terms of harmony with each other among the different groups of people? And are we able to listen to each other and not have to fight someone who has a different opinion? And what I mean with even fighting somebody who has a different opinion, it's trying to convince them that their opinion is wrong and my opinion is the right one. Is that the case? From the way someone looks at the world, their opinion can absolutely be the correct one. Just because it's not my opinion doesn't make it either right or wrong. It doesn't make mine right or wrong. So what if we can shift the way we interact with each other to a more harmonious way? Because what I have learned is I don't know everything. And sometimes listening to someone else gives me a different perspective that I can take in, or I may not agree with it 100%, but there is an aspect to that perspective that I can say, yeah, I get how you look at it from this way. And it's what I call, we see the world through the lens of our opinion, which is made up of our thoughts and the words we use. And that way we make it a reality. And really becoming, I don't know if I'd want to say deeply aware, but truly becoming aware of the impact. I am now in the discomfort with that awareness that what the heck am I creating if I continue to think a certain way? And that could be thinking about anything having to do from my life, how I would like the world, my health, what I desire work-wise. It doesn't matter what arena of daily life. is affected by that. But what am I creating? If I continue to tell myself a story, because what I tell myself may only be a justification because I may not want to do something. And so I find a reason and a justification to get out of it, to avoid it. Am I willing to live my life truly aligned with what is important with me, for me? And that is a question that I'm putting out to everybody. Are you willing to live your life, choosing to live your life in alignment with what you value? And ultimately, there is no right or wrong value. There is just what you value. And that becomes potentially uncomfortable. So I'm leaving it at that. This is going to be a short one. And we'll see where I go next week. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you would like me to talk about. Let me know if these explorations, as I would call them, are valuable for you, give you something, even if it's just inviting you to look from a different perspective and entertain that perspective, and then either go with it or not, depending on what's important to you. Take care. Bye-bye.